Hey guys, welcome to our review of Kamen Rider GO, episode 40. As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have...
Cinder Blaze.
Oh, dude, welcome back. We just got done watching this episode and it was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. I'd say it wasn't as fun as the last episode because we actually sort of stuck to the plot.
Yeah.
But it was still fun. The final sequence, yeah, it was just a lot of frosting on the cake. But it was genuinely pretty good. And like it was all so unnecessary, like so extremely unnecessary that I kind of loved it. Like there was this part where Geo used a final attack to bring O's in for a kick. He kicks the dude, and he's like, all right, rewind it. Let me do this, but cooler. Let me get Build's gun, shoot him a few times, and then kick him. How about that? I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, like that's the one thing I really like about Geo, especially in like the later half of the series. He just has so much fun with these powers.
Yeah.
And you see like the little dude on his head is kind of like, get him. Oh man.
It would be leagues better if they just if he talked with like the mini pitched up voice. But I'm glad it talks.
Yeah, and like I like the form. I feel like when he kind of turned into this form, it wasn't as dramatic as it was for a lot of other final forms or forever forms, if we're going by that terminology. So like that was like somewhat of a disappointment because like when you kind of see like the Omageo like suit in the very beginning, like that was like very dramatic. That looks super badass. But for him, it's just kind of like, well, hey, I got it. And I feel like with this version of Geo, that's kind of how it's supposed to be. Like he's not really in a super dramatic tense part of his story, so he's just kind of like, look, I got all my little buddies all over my suit. It's like, boop, here's Deno. Momotra has to go have some fun too.
I also love how these Kamen Riders are like the attacks are taken out of time, like they're taken from episodes. Like Guns was like his first attack.
Yeah.
The first time he used one of his attacks with the sword thing.
The one time he used a Suika smash.
Oh yeah. It would be really cool to go back and sort of like find out what episodes went where. And I think someone on Twitter did it, but I don't know. I think it's really neat because you can like sort of pull back and grab specific moments. Like Geo found a time where Dano was like less energetic, or where Momo was less energetic, and then brought him in, and then he's like, "Oh, perfect! I'll hop in to myself, I guess, and then do the whole thing." I thought that was great.
Yeah. I guess like, oh yeah, when Waz was possessed by Momo, I felt like that just like fit really well for some reason. I feel like most of the credit is due to like Waz's actor, because I feel like he just has like the most fun out of like any of the characters on the show.
I agree. Like, I feel like it kind of worked for Gates because they had a similar character type, but Waz is so ranged in his acting that like he's kind of like Ryotaro's actor, where he could take on a bunch of different things.
Yeah. He also like looks a little bit like him, like the facial structure. So like the expressions reminded me a lot of like when he first transformed into that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that works surprisingly well.
Yeah, and it's weird that they didn't bring back that muscle suit that they gave him every time Momo jumped into him. Like he'd have these extremely buff arms. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it wasn't as fun seeing him in Finally as it was seeing him in Goretsu. The the walking cycle wasn't as fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Outside of that, there would like I feel like Tsukiyomi and Gates just weren't even there. I know Gates fought. I know Tsukiyomi appeared, but they just weren't in the episode.
I mean, like, at least I didn't mind it. Like, usually I give, like, the Tsukiyomi type of character a lot of shit, but she was, serving her purpose as, like, she's, like, part of the audience for the show. So when they're interrogating the one kid, and she's like, well, why didn't you tell him that, your sister had, or the sister had all these problems?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, I guess he just wanted someone to blame. And it's like, well, he's trying to kill you now.
Kind
I guess
of not the best outcome.
I mean, I guess he just doesn't care. Like, I don't know why they're like expending all this time and resources to just save his ass, but they're just nice people, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like the plot just doesn't really have much weight to it. It's just it's kind of like the episode of the day, like episode of the week type of thing. However, we're getting like a forever form, so like the balance is kind of weird.
I feel like because with a lot of these episodes, it tries to feel like the episode of a show that they are doing the tribute for. So this did feel like a sort of Den-O issue, which I appreciate. Whether or not it was effective as a plot is sort of irrelevant, but it did feel like Den-O, like something it would be homaging. I guess okay. I'll walk back on that a bit. It's not that it's irrelevant if the plot's good or bad, because that kind of matters. I'd just say that, like, the homage is sort of what's drawing me rather than the pull of the plot.
Yeah.
Can have both, but I appreciate the homages there, if that makes sense.
But, like, the thing is, like, for this one in particular, like, the Den-O characters, Momo in particular, was just so strong. Like, he was hilarious every time they gave him, like, screen time. The suit actor, continues to be amazing portraying his character. So,
and you can see how much he loves the character in the way that he plays him. It feels like there's such an energy to the way that Momo's being played.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Great episode. Not looking forward to the next because of that dumb preview where they're gonna walk back on everything.
Hey, but, who knows? Crap previews tend to lead to good episodes.
Okay. So either way, it's a problem for next week. So we'll have to deal with it now. As it stands, pretty good episode. Guys, thanks for watching. If you like this episode, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Don't forget, the watch along is out at the same time as this, so go ahead and check that out if you're so inclined. Guys, keep it juicy.
Yep. See ya.
Alright, we did it.
Yeah.
We can do activities now.
Yeah.
Did you and Michael have any recording thing to do?
I mean, I guess we could record this Attack on Titan episode review. It happened like a couple